Hi, my name is Alina. I'm originally from Perth, Western Australia, and I'm a visual artist, and this is my space Pansy. Come in. I guess my job is to make things. So I make ceramics, I make illustrations, but I also look after the space. So I also program workshops in the evenings and on the weekends, and I also try and organize events, different kinds of events, as well as exhibitions and projects and themed weeks. Yeah, so I think as most people are when they're young, like I also really loved drawing and making things, and yeah, I guess I was really lucky to be nurtured by some really great art teachers as well that told me that I was good at art and that I could be an artist and that being an artist isn't a bad thing. And so through school, I ended up choosing to study fine arts at university, and so I think that really gave me like a formal training in how to really create, but not just creating and having technical skills, but also learning to think about ideas in a different way, or have like a critical way of looking at the world or questioning things. And I think as an artist it's important to have that and be constantly questioning why we do the things that we do, or why we are the way that we are. And so I think my curiosity and my creativity, or like the way that I create, is quite closely linked. When I was starting out as a student and figuring out how to make art and sell my art and move through the world, I was really lucky to work with two artists who really shaped the way that I, the way that I grew into who I am. So I worked with Tanya Schultz, who I worked with recently on an exhibition in the UK, Pip and Pop, and also Magali Dincher, who I worked with in Perth, and we ran like a print studio together, and that really gave me like the foundations and the confidence to do what I do now. And Pansy is really built off all of those years of figuring out how to like run the business and how to structure the business and how to, like everything, all the little things, like how to teach workshops, how to order materials, how to find suppliers, all the like really nitty gritty of the day-to-day. We're really through that. And so I guess my inspiration comes from like different kinds of people in my life, and like I'm like an accumulation of all of them. A bit about the store and the space. So the space is really lovely, and it's divided into an upstairs workshop area. Downstairs I have my studio, and then the rest of the space is sort of an open shop where people can come in and have a look at different kinds of products. There's a real big focus on ceramics, which is what I'm really loving, but then also a lot of printed work, so for your house, but also lots of small gifts, which I think is really lovely to come into a space and think of buying a gift for someone. It actually connects back to the name Pansy, which I think a lot of people think is my name, but it's not. So Pansy is it's a type of garden flower, and we've got some growing in the front of the garden, but the English word comes from the French word penser, which means to think about. And so if you were to like gift someone a pansy, it means like I'm thinking of you, or think of me. And so I really liked that connection between thoughtfulness and the gesture of giving or receiving or creating. A lot of the work in the shop I make, but then for me it's also really exciting but also important for me to work with other artists in the space, because it's so powerful and such a privilege for me to be able to have a physical space to work out of, but also share things. And I guess for me it's really important that the people that I work with are also other independent artists. I tend to choose only female or like female identifying people to work with, and it's like choosing these people that I really think are like important or doing great things, and I really love their work, so I want to support them as well. yeah, the one about like it being fickle or it being a hobby is also, maybe it's seen as trivial, or I think especially because I'm like a small Asian girl, I think I've sort of battled with not feeling like I've been taken seriously, or like whenever I sort of go through life, sometimes it feels like people don't take me seriously as an artist. And now as a business owner, I think that's something I struggle a lot with. You don't have to do things a certain way to make certain amounts of money. Like you can build your own path. I think that's what I want to say is there's not like one way of being an artist. And I don't think there's like a right or wrong way, even though it feels like there is when you go through school. But then maybe another assumption is that it may be like, especially for young artists, like that you have to figure it all out and know exactly what kind of art you are like prepared to make and you're going to sell it. But I think in reality, it's a lot of time and experimenting. And I think every day is like a learning experience where you're always working towards growing or always trying to be better. And I think one of the amazing things about being able to work for yourself or to do things yourself is the creative power in that. And like you don't have to like wait for someone else to tell you that it's okay. Like pursuing my own projects and following your gut can also be really powerful too. And I don't know if I would want to give that up. And yeah, having creative freedom is a powerful thing. I always say like work hard, be nice. I think you can get really far if you just like put in the hard yakka, you do the hard work. And like a big part of like running a business is like also just being nice to people, being genuine and like sharing. I think sharing is like such a big part. If you don't share your work, if you're not making work, then like how are people going to fall in love with you? Yeah, sharing your work as much as you can and like continue to create. Like don't let anything stop you from making. That's my advice. Keep making stuff. Enthusiasm is so infectious, and if you can share what you really love and what you love to do or what you're excited about, then other people will be excited by it too. Just be a nice person. It really helps. I promise it really helps being a nice person. And like being curious about other people. Be curious, ask questions.